All right, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Top of Off Cricket Podcast. I am your host, Kevin Henry. And with me, I got my boy Sammy with me because tonight Walter got business to taking care of. As is the norm, family comes first. Have to do what you have to do. It seems to be getting from bad to worse over in Sharjah, Sam. Woo! The amount of times today I heard Carlos Braithwaite, Ian Bishop, Andrew Leonard, and I can't remember the name of the Nepalese commentator. The amount of times I heard them mention the word the basics. You know, it was really mind-boggling. And I'm somebody who always believe the person who will win the game is the one who executes the basics more often, right? And today we struggled with the basics. Meanwhile, the less talented Nepalese players, they resorted to doing what? The basics. They didn't try to do anything extraordinary. As what's his name? Kenny Smith. Kenny Smith said, in order to become extraordinary, you have to do the ordinary things over and over, something to that effect, right? And that is what the Nepal players did today. They did the ordinary things over and over and over repeatedly. And look what happened. I don't know how much of the game you caught today, but you can speak to what you saw.
Yeah, well, of course, the game was played during the workday, yeah. So I got bits and pieces of it because it was on YouTube. So, listen to bits and pieces, sometimes catch a glimpse of, whatever's happening. At one point I thought this is after the game that maybe I should go back and listen to it, but it's no, I doubt I'll do that, right? But in terms of things which stood out for me, it's interesting that you would have remarked before we came on that, look, at no point did you feel that West Indies had a chance or were in the game, I should say. I shouldn't say had a chance, but were in the game, right? When I checked in, because I didn't get to the game until a few of us would have already gone. The thing which struck me was like, look, we're at the middle overs, right? And that at that juncture, it just seemed like middle overs for the Nepalese, by the way.
Yeah, the Nepalese
right?
batsmen. Yeah.
And I couldn't help but think about West Indies cricket in recent times, T20 cricket, that is.
Yeah.
And the concern we've raised time and time again about the middle overs. Check this out. Nepal lost 3 wickets for 43 runs, 6 overs, 4 balls. They then lost their 4th wicket, 17 overs, 4 balls.
Yep.
To me, that was when it was, I don't want to say clear, but to me it was at that juncture there, it's like, nah, I don't see us coming back from this. And of course, Nepal would have won the toss and chose to bat.
Yeah.
Perhaps if we had a chance to put some runs on the board, maybe, I don't know. I'm not here to make excuses.
Yeah.
But I think coming off a loss, right, and them piling on runs, making more than they made on Saturday, I think at that point, it was going to be difficult for us to win the match. No. Did I see us losing by close to 100 runs? That I didn't see.
That I didn't see. I didn't think we had a chance to win the game, but to lose in this manner, it's not the loss that bothers me. It's the manner of the loss.
Correct.
It's what's really bothering me. And when I look at the shots that Kyle Mayers. I want to start at Kyle Mayers. So Kyle Mayers bowled the last over the Nepal innings.
Correct.
And it looked like he just was going through the motion. He did get 2 wickets in the over, right? And that's because they were trying to get some more runs on the board,
right? Yeah.
Right, and he ended both wickets were LBW by the LBW route. He managed to get them straight, but there was a lot. I think he gave away about 17 runs or whatever in that
15.
over.
I think it was 15. Yeah.
Yeah, but his body language, his approach to the over, it didn't scream, I want to restrict. Right? It just screamed, I'm going to go through the motions here. And at that point, it reminded me of the drop catch by Joel Andrew in the last game. We didn't finish the Nepal innings well.
Right.
In that game, we didn't finish the Nepal innings well in this game, and it transferred into our batting effort. Right? Kyle Mayers came out with Joel Andrew, and at no point the two of them seemed like they wanted to put runs on the board, put the Nepal players under any sorts of pressure.
Right.
And it got to the point where young Andrew had a brain fade because the bowlers are bowling straight. And he just decided he was going to play a horizontal bat stroke to a ball that was dead straight on a pitch that's not bouncing. So I'm questioning now, where's the awareness? Right? Where's the awareness? Kyle Mayers played a wild hack. Akil played a wild hack. Fabian Allen played a wild hack. There were a number of wild hacks, right? And when Navin Badesi lost his wicket, that's when I hit X, and that was it for me.
That was it for you?
Yeah, that was it for me. Jason Holder was trying his darndest, right? But when you don't have support at the other end, there's only so much you can do. I don't care who you are. There's only so much you can do, right? I didn't even know we folded for how much? 83, right? Because when I shut off the feed, it was 70 something for 8 or something like that, right? And I was like, okay, that's it, But it was like I said, the manner in which we lost the game. At no point did we seem like we were mentally present in Sharjah. Our bodies are there. It seemed like we're there just to facilitate this 3-match series and get it over with and hurry on back to the West Indies. And that's where I question the players' professionalism.
Yeah,
right? I'm having serious questions about their professionalism at this point.
When these things happen, and again, when I make these comments, there's some people who will view it as, oh, you're making an excuse for our cricketers or ignoring how bad our cricket is. Yeah. I think time and time again, we've talked on this program about the several problems of West Indies cricket, right? But when you see this kind of dramatic performance or underperformance, right? One wonders, did something go awry on the tour? Is something going wrong in the camp? And guys are not going to say anything because they want to, ensure that they can play cricket for West Indies going forward and the like.
I don't think that they want to ensure that they're playing. There's a code of conduct, with regards to certain things remain in the dressing room. And you'll probably hear about it 10 years from now. I think that is how that happens. The people closer to the dressing room will know what's going on. If you have a really good friend that you trust, they will know what's going on. But generally, the guys are not going to come out and say certain things.
But they don't have to. They just got to get a message to Andrew Mason.
What's today Mason against, or is it tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow, man. They're going to be fireworks.
I got to tune in tomorrow. It's going to be interesting tomorrow.
We might hear what's really happening behind the scenes. But that being said, though, like I said on the last episode, my bigger concern here, Kevin, is that I don't get the sense. And I missed it completely because I wasn't, I didn't pay much attention to Licky, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I missed it. I wasn't invested in
Yeah.
this tour, to be blunt. But I'm looking at the planning for, all these tours. If we go back some months ago, we went to Ireland, England. We got,
Test series
Australians here,
right
right?
there.
Pakistan. Then you have CPL. With all of that going on, did our administrators recognize that, look, our senior players are going to take a step back. They're just not going to be able to participate against Nepal. And if that's the case, then why make this a senior team? Why not just go
A
with
full
an A team?
international.
Right. So something, in my view, something went awry in terms of planning. Something had to give. Some one of the series, I don't know, I don't recall exactly how it worked, but I don't see why you're going to agree to this. I don't get it. Is it a money thing? How much are we really making off of this?
That's a good question.
That would make us put our people in this situation. Now, I'm not saying again, I'm not saying that, our senior team would have done exceedingly well, but I don't expect our senior team to fold in this manner.
Yeah.
Right? If when I say senior team, sorry, our first 11,
first choice players.
Yeah, our first choice players, right?
Yeah.
I don't see it. You see? So I still can't shake it that the whole decision making around this series was off. And then when we're done with this, it's not even what we did in the last few months in terms of cricket. We got what? Bangladesh coming up. We're also at the point where Sammy is saying, well, look, there are no red ball and white ball players. So you're going to have people from the test team who are going to be playing. It's just too much cricket.
There's a lot going on. And, this speaks to a wider problem that we have in world cricket, where everybody's complaining that the cricket calendar is chaotic. And there needs to be some context. There needs to be some control.
Right.
Some QA done, you understand, to make sure that players are not burnt out, the quality that we have on show is not saturated and it just looks black, And I think we are at that point, and this is a good example where the ICC needs to look and go, hold on. You understand? Let's pump our brakes and take a look at what is really going on here, because it is not good. It is not good for cricket. You understand? You want, when you're watching cricket, the product on show should be A+.
Right.
I shouldn't be sitting there going, what the hell am I watching? We've pushed T20 cricket so much. Every corner, there's a T20 tournament going on. There's a T20 tournament between countries going on, and now it's at the point now where it's just like, what are we really doing?
Yeah.
How much value is it in this thing that I'm watching?
Yeah.
And that's part of the problem today.
Yeah. In fact, coming back to the West Indies, it'll be interesting to know how many of the young players, and we know, yes, we've got a string of young players who, as you rightly said, they've gotten a chance to play, right, on the world stage.
Yeah.
Right. But how much mental preparation did they have? Like, say, 5 months ago, did they have an inkling that, I'm going down to Nepal?
I would have to say no.
Because in that case, I would imagine fellas would be putting a little more effort in.
Think
I don't know, seeking advice, calling place and say, I'm going on I'm likely to go down to Nepal. What kind of advice could you give to me? And, so you can start doing your internal preparation. And more than that, other players, former players, for example, could, reach out and even offer assistance or what have you. But when you're not prepared in that way, like, have an idea as to, okay, this is what's going to be happening in 4 months' time or what have you. And I don't know. I could be wrong, right? But I'm willing to bet that these guys didn't know. Most of them didn't know. Most of the young ones didn't know that, oh, this is what's going to be happening in October. Sorry, towards the end of September.
Yeah. I just look at it as, while all these players had some had little time in the CPL, some had a lot of time. Everybody had their personal preparation, and I think you alluded to it last night when we talked about, or the other night when we talked about this. Everybody had their personal preparation, but collectively as a group,
right,
that was missing. And the fact that we had to go halfway around the world, and then it's a quick turnaround from the CPL, we had to gather ourselves. I don't think they're acclimatized. It's a chaotic. The whole thing is chaotic, and anybody would be hard pressed to convince me that these players are settled.
Right.
You understand? You'll be hard pressed to convince me that they're settled mentally, that they're settled physically. They don't look like it.
Yeah.
You understand? That's why I said it seems as though our players' minds are back in the Caribbean, but they're physically, and they're just going through the motions. And that is nothing against them. It's just what has taken place over the past few months for a lot of players.
Correct.
Barring the young players who were getting a chance now, Jason Holden and them have been all over the place. You understand me? Right. They've been all over the place. And we saw today that he declined the call up for the test team to replace Alzari because he has a medical procedure to go handle. You can't vex with him, Manfred. I have to take care of myself, right?
And some people are seeing it as, he declining to play, or he's upset with Darren Sammy because, he expressed a desire to play test cricket. But the way these things go, who knows? He probably got a referral to a particular surgeon, right? And assuming it's some world-class surgeon, it's not like a taxi. You just call and right?
Not only that, you
have to think about time to recuperate and all of that.
These things, maybe this is something he has been putting off for a little bit also.
There you go.
You understand? He's thinking, well, okay, cool. Right. I wasn't selected for the test squad. Perfect.
Yeah.
Time for me to get this whatever procedure done, get some rehab in, get back into full fitness, and go back to my cricket. So you can't be mad at the man,
Yeah.
And that goes back to what I say about a lot of times about our fans. That we are so quick to just put it on the players, right? We can't wait. We can't wait. But people got to take care of themselves. People got to take care of themselves. So the next match is what, in 2 days?
Isn't it tomorrow? I think
no, it's not tomorrow. It's every 2 days.
It's every 2 days they get a break?
Yeah, every 2 days. Right? The first game was Saturday. This game is Monday today. Then the next game is on Wednesday. There's a day between each game.
I seen it September 30th.
Oh, the next game? Okay, well,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
The way I had it was
9:30 tomorrow.
Oh, 9:30. Well, hey, get the pain over with, right?
And I think perhaps for West Indies or Cricket West Indies, maybe their thinking was not to have two senior game, the senior team playing
matches
on the same day. Yeah. Maybe that was the thinking. I'm not sure, but it's tomorrow. But in terms of just to to go back to this thing about players gelling together, that drop catch between Captain Akil Hussain. Yeah, and it was Blades, right?
I think it was Blades.
Yeah. So when I look at something like that, to me that summed up the point that you need. Don't underestimate team dynamics. Again, we're not making excuses for West Indies cricket, right? But for you to do the little things well, right? I understand how Kevin plays, but what is the code in the room? Yeah. And clearly, just a lack of communication. I mean, the word when that's one of the things I saw. Right? Again, I couldn't watch the whole game, but ball goes up. It's like, that's caught. Then to see the ball just drop, bloop,
Yeah.
Like, really? No, no. So that image to me just summed up this whole series, you know. So what's next?
Um, more than likely, more of the same tomorrow.
Mm,
I don't see us winning tomorrow. I what I see is a bunch of players who are ready to go home.
mm.
That's what I see. You know.
Should we win tomorrow? What would that say to you? Would that, I don't know.
You know, it would be good if we win. It would be good for those young men. It would be good for young Joel Andrew. It would be good for young Badesi. You know, it would be good for those guys to if you come this far, you should at least come away with something,
Mm,
right? It would be a something to say, well, hey, we didn't leave empty-handed.
right,
We
right.
didn't play to the best of our abilities, but we didn't leave empty-handed. And I hope they overnight they gather themselves, right?
Mm,
And into tomorrow, into the evening before the game starts, because the game starts in the evenings over there. You know, they gather themselves and they say, look, right, we've had a rough two games. Let's do what we know we can do. Because all of
right,
those players are very talented.
right, right,
All of
right.
those players are very talented. We on a I tell you what, on a at a different time, if you were to put this same team out there against Nepal, they'll beat them.
Mm,
They'll beat them. I just think the timing is bad with everything that has gone on. CPL is a smart scramble to get halfway across the world. You were calling players, hey, are you going to accept the call up? People like, nah, bro, I good. I need a rest, you know? And then you got called somebody, hey, you're playing, you want to play, you know? so,
that's what I said, you
so
know.
you,
Yeah.
you
Mm,
think about it. We left the Caribbean unsettled,
correct.
right? We left there unsettled.
Mm.
While the Nepal team, this is a team that has been together for however long.
What, 3 years at the minimum?
The,
And Stuart Law has been there for what,
no,
about 3 years or so
no,
or more?
he just got
He
there.
just got there?
Yeah, he hasn't been there too long. He,
Okay.
he didn't take over there too long because he was the coach for the United States at the World Cup last year.
Oh, so it's just a few months.
Yeah,
Okay.
so whatever happened
Okay.
between him and the United States and he left,
Or maybe he dumped the United States.
it could have been because the United States soccer is cricket is in a
Cricket
mess.
is
You understand? And
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I wouldn't blame Stuart Law for packing up
mm,
the traps and leaving because nobody wants to
yeah.
be in that type of environment.
Mm,
You know, I've heard some horror stories of what's going on, but I'm not going to speak on United States cricket, right?
right. Mm, yeah.
And
Yeah.
it kind of mirrors what's going on in cricket Canada also. So
Oh,
yeah,
so,
yeah, but
okay.
yeah,
Yeah, but that's where we are.
what would you
So
be expecting tomorrow?
I brought up Kenya. Sorry, you were saying?
What would you be expecting tomorrow?
Here, I'll answer the question this way. Here is what I would want to see tomorrow.
Mm,
I would want for us to bat first. That's my initial thing. But as I say that, I'm wondering if, based on our performance this morning, if batting first is the best thing. But let's still go with it. Bat
yeah,
first. In terms of the batting lineup, I think I will go. Yeah, Joel Andrew, Myers, just have them up there. I don't know, maybe move Jason Holder up,
yeah.
bring him in
They
a little
sent
bit
him at
earlier.
six today. Yeah, they sent him at
Six.
six today.
Yeah.
You know,
But if we bat first, I would say let Holder go up, God forbid he has to come in with a few overs of the power play or what have you. But yeah, I think I would go with that. That's kind of bad first and set a tone. Let the senior guys set a tone in terms of the batting, you know. So yeah, on top of that though, I know I mentioned the Kenya thing and asked the question, which of the two losses. But I was just for that one match,
Yeah,
I do agree the Kenya thing was an anomaly or what have you. But I brought it up for people, whenever bad things happen, people behave like, is this the worst thing? But we've been there before in terms of losing to an associate team. And it's not only West Indies. There are other teams that have done badly. I mean, I was just looking at some things like, say, for example, both in terms of T20s and in ODIs.
Yeah.
India lost to Sri Lanka way back in 1979, right? At a World Cup. Normally, these things would happen at a World Cup when
they do.
The associate, right, in the group things. India in 79, Sri Lanka was an associate. Kenya beat Sri Lanka in 2003, right? We have 07 Ireland, of course, Ireland and England, right?
Bangladesh beat Pakistan, I think it was in 99, if I'm not mistaken.
Perhaps I don't have that down here. But yeah, so these things happen. But what I would say though, what is worrisome about this particular situation is that we're talking about a series loss.
Yeah.
And that is what makes it
a little bit more tough to swallow.
Unpalatable,
yes.
I guess is the word I'm looking for there, right? Yes. Yeah, man. So let's hope we can pull some things back. The other point I wish to make, I haven't heard anything about this. 2026 will make it 100 years since West Indies officially became a full member of the ICC. Next year makes it 100 years. We're not even here. Have you heard any talk about this from Cricket West Indies?
I haven't heard anything. I haven't. I can knock on a few WhatsApp people and see if they have heard anything, but I haven't heard anything.
I mean, personally, we all have been, we are looking forward to 2028.
Yeah.
That's 100 years since the first test at Lords.
Lords.
And I would expect that, well, that's assuming the English want to play us, that we're going to have a test series in England in 2028. But beyond that, I didn't, it's just by preparing for tonight, I just, interesting. 100 years membership.
I didn't even think about that, it didn't even cross my mind. But we gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
It was a tough day. I'm a diehard Manchester United fan, and I made a post today that it's a tough life being a fan of Manchester United and West Indies right now.
Right.
Because Saturday morning I was pissed off. By the time Saturday afternoon I was pissed off again.
Yeah.
Pissed off this morning.
I picked up some comments. Yeah, I picked up some comments from some Man U fans in other places.
I can't catch a break right now.
But anyway, my Eagles are on top. We are 4-0, so weekend hasn't been too bad for me,
Yeah,
so let's see.
Hasn't been bad for you indeed. I don't follow the American football like I used to. The Giants are my team. I think they won over the weekend, if I'm not mistaken. I heard something about it. I didn't go check.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, but I did heard some rumblings about them winning the game. But they have been garbage since Jesus. Because after the whole Colin Kaepernick thing, I stopped, I just dialed back. I just dialed back. Yeah. But
understandable.
We'll tune in tomorrow, see what is what.
Yeah, man.
See what if these guys can go home with something, that the young players feel that they would have accomplished something after making that journey.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sam.
All right.
Catch up later. Have a good night.
Blessings.